Record storage have been defined as the record management function of storing for future retrieval and use. All the records will be kept upon a few factors, which is the purpose and use of the records, the physical form of the records, how long the record will be retained, and lastly, the accessibility of the records, including the security precaution of the records. Cloud storage was one of the examples of electronic record storage. The use of the cloud storage means that user can save all the data within the cloud instead on a manual or local system. One of the advantages using the cloud storage is customer can access the data from any location and they can access the data without need to access to their organization network.
What is manual record storage? Manual record storage system is a paper-based system that are maintained by hand without using computer system. Manual record storage system is depending on the human and required more equipment than electronic system. The example of equipment in manual record storage is filing cabinet, rotary filing, index card, and many more. All the process to handle records in record storage require a lot of staff. Therefore, manager need to monitor and motivate their staff to make sure they did their task according to the established procedure. Before the development of technology, many organizations are using manual record storage. However, many of them had changed their method to store data by using electronic and cloud record storage due to the growth of technology. They changed their method due to a few disadvantages in manual record storage. For example, storing physical document required bigger storage space. Besides, there is a security issue in manual record storage. In addition, the document in manual record storage have high tendency that the record are being damaged, lost or stolen. Last but not least, manual record storage required high cost to prepare storage, including equipment and bills to pay.
Challenge in managing record storage. There are two challenges in managing record storage. The first one is technology. The system or the technology can also face some major technological hurdle. Today, some of the most important decision support documents are in the form of multimedia computers like presentation and spreadsheet, which have assumptions embedded within the electronic version that are not easily amendable for printing out. The problem related to saving such important types of records are typically not addressed and so the records are lost. The second challenge is level of risk. In developing the record disaster recovery plan, record center should assess and varying intensity of each risk to which their records may be subject. Risks may range from minor flooding to a major fire that may cause significant damage to entire facility and its content. Generally, water, fire and smoke damage should receive particular attention as they are likely the agents that will damage record store in an agency facility. And lastly is cost. Cost problem leads to another problem in managing the record center. The reason is, without insufficient cost, the record center cannot provide a good service, and without a good planning on the budget, the record center will unable to justify what are the important things that they need in manage record center in effective and efficient way. Management of costs include the cost of storage, maintenance, and other related developing plan of the record center. Without a proper management, the record center may not able to deal with all the records they will retrieve from the creating agency.
Document storage requirement in Malaysia. According to the international standard, has specified the characteristic for long-term storage. Firstly is size of the building. It should be able to face natural disasters such as flooding, earthquake and landslide. The building also should be protected from the risk of fire or explosion. Next is construction of the building. It is focused on self-containment and security, climatic inertia and inner structural load. The building should be protected from the theft, vandalism, terrorism and arson. Next is installation and equipment. The equipment needed in record storage is fire detection system, fire extinguishing system, illumination, ventilation and air quality, and furniture. It is used to facilitate the process in managing records. Moreover, is use of record storage. It is including cleaning and disinfection, protection and storage position. The cleaning and disinfection are needed to make sure the environment and storage are clean. Next is disaster control plan. Every storage must have disaster control plan to avoid the risk of record damage, loss and missing. Lastly is exhibition. The document for exhibition should not stay permanently to avoid its damage due to the excessive exposure to the light.
Archive storage requirement. Firstly is archival boxes and folder. Boxes and folder deemed archival by their pH and or low lightning level, act as buffer against unwanted or unavoidable environmental hazard. Secondly is large storage equipment. Shelving should be of standing metal construction but with a chemical inner finish, and floor loads should be verified before shelving is installed to ensure that the building structure can accommodate the weight of loaded shelving. Lastly is cart, stool, and ladders. Carts allow for easy transport of boxes during processing and reference activity and prevent damage to record from being mishandled or accidentally dropped when carried by hand. Stool and ladder allow for archivists to reach the higher shelf safely.
Cloud storage. Cloud storage is a cloud computing model that stores data on the internet with a cloud computing provider who manage and operate data store as a service. Next is evolution of cloud storage as a cloud computing infrastructure services. Cloud storage provider provides storage that varies from a small amount of data to an entry warehouse of an organization. Customer can pay the cloud storage provider for what they use and how much they transfer to cloud storage.
Difference between self-storage and cloud storage. Firstly is management. Self-service storage known as a device storage. Self-service storage is an industry in which storage space such as room, locker, container, outdoor space. This self-storage service they also offer boxes, locks and packaging supplier for sale to associate in packaging and safekeeping their customer record. Meanwhile, cloud storage is cloud computing model that store data on the internet through a cloud computing provider who manage and operates data storage as a service. Secondly is accessibility. Accessibility will be easily accessed by cloud storage user because the simple way of storing that is already in the computer make it easier for user to find the information they want. Compared to self-storage, if user want to use the data, they need to go to the storage repository to find the desired data. Lastly is privacy. Self-storage of documents stored in a warehouse is likely to be seen by employees at the place, while if the storage in the cloud storage data has been transferred to a soft copy format, where the data can be only seen by the owner. Risk of cloud storage. Firstly, in security. Security in cloud implies the security of data and the services offered to the organization by the cloud service provider. For example, risks of cloud storage in security are data breaches, data loss, and hijacking. Secondly, risk storage in policy and organizational. The risk of using cloud storage in policy and organizational is login. There will be login problem take place when application, data and services are depend on a single cloud provider. This will be being problem in the cloud computing environment that occur due to high level of customization user need. Lastly, risk storage in technical. The risk of using cloud storage in technical in isolation failure. This is because cloud computing works on multi-tenancy and share resources. Cloud storage also sharing computing capacities, storage and network among multiple other users. It will lead to some threats like failure such as memory injection attack.
Cloud storage advantages by data deduplication. The first advantages is security and protection from the thief or natural disaster. When the thing happens, the loss of data is one of the biggest concerns from the company, and it can potentially bring a company to a knees. Net advantages is the cloud data can be easily accessed whenever or wherever the user are located. One of the greatest benefits to company when using the cloud data is scalability, meaning the ability to expand to meet future needs.
Alright, next is Google Drive. Google Drive is easy for installation. It's accessible for mobile and desktop version. For storage and capacity, a sufficient amount of free storage space is allocated to each user account for 50 GB and the maximum file size uploaded is 5 TB. Google Drive has more features compared to other cloud storage systems. Google Drive has event tracking, selected folder, version history, simultaneous document editing, commenting on file, sharing permission settings, and an online document editor.
So next, we move on to OneDrive. OneDrive is the only service that has an app for Windows, phone, and Xbox. It also can access to mobile version and desktop version. So other than that, OneDrive offers 50 GB of free storage space for each registered user. And currently, OneDrive is integrated with the following features. For example, version history, event tracking, commenting on file, simultaneous document editing, sharing permission setting, Microsoft Word Office, webs like Word, PowerPoint, Excel, and OneNote, and remote access to file.